So I get a lot of questions from real estate agents who are at the point that they want to hire an assistant about what does the assistant do and how do they get them to be helpful and productive. And I find that it's really it varies from agent to agent. It varies from no matter what the agent's business looks like and what their gaps are. Each agent is different, so each assistant's duties are different, and what is most helpful to the agents is different. So I wanted to kind of go through the framework that I like to think about when I think about the assistant's job. So first of all, the first thing we need to really talk about is the agent's job. What is an agent supposed to do? And this is really something where the 80-20 rule applies. So if you're not familiar with the 80-20 rule, it's also called Pareto's principle. That Victor Pareto in Italy back in the day, a long time ago, realized that 80% of the land was owned by 20% of the people, and 20% of the land was owned by 80% of the people. Similarly, the things that we do not matter equally. The 20% of what we do gets us 80% of our results. So overall, when an assistant is there to take over, is the agent's 80%. And what is their 80%? Everything that does not fit into these categories. And a real estate agent's job is learning. You also hear script practice here, but I think that it really needs to be broader than that. It needs to be learning how to hire, how to lead, how to service clients, how to have learning more scripts as well. But how to be a better real estate salesperson and how to be a better person and a better leader in all those pieces. Lead generate, making it rain, getting people in. Lead follow up, taking the people who came in, the names that came in, and making sure that they're being kept in touch with, so that when they're ready to have a real estate related activity, that you're there. So, for example, you hear that Aunt Sally is going to sell her house, and then you find out that she's actually not going to sell for another 6 to 9 months. Making sure that you're keeping in touch with Aunt Sally. Appointments, sitting down with buyers and sellers, doing consultations, showing houses, going to settlements, anything that's getting face to face, whether it be in person or on Zoom with a buyer or a seller. And then negotiation, just really getting things to the settlement table. So that is a real estate agent's top 20%. So everything that is in the 80%, if it doesn't fall into one of those categories, it belongs in the 80% and it belongs on the assistant's table, on the assistant's plate. Now, the learning piece, that's on everybody's plate. That's in everybody's top 20%. Learning is always in the top 20%. Well, when it comes to what an assistant does and the 80, I find that they fall into these categories. So leads management, pipeline management. Who is telling you to follow up with Aunt Sally? They might not be the person who is doing the doing, but they make sure that the agent is doing the doing. Database management, keeping in touch with your past clients and your advocates and those leads that have come in from colder sources on drips, etc. Like, who are the names in your CRM, and how are you keeping in touch with each one of them? In general, everybody on the leads pipeline and everybody on the database should be being touched on a regular basis. I find that pipeline management, generally that's a custom to do. Aunt Sally needs to be followed up with next month because she's going to replace the granite before she moves in the next 6 months, and we want to make sure that that's going okay. Database management, that's more of a touch plan, a 36 touch plan, which is a different subject completely, but what are they being invited to a client event? Are they getting a newsletter? Are you calling them on their birthday, etc.? Transaction management. So that is really something when it goes under contract till it goes to close, taking care of all of the details. Not the negotiation, because again, that's in the agent's top 20%, but everything else, making sure that all the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted, everything is done. Listings management. What are the things that when after the agent takes a listing, the admin can do? And honestly, it's a lot. And frankly, even before the listing, can an admin help the agent prepare for the appointment and get just everything in line in order to make sure it's done perfectly? There's a lot. Listings are something that there can be truly a ton of administrative leverage on. Marketing. So that's marketing your database, it's marketing mets and unmets, the people that you know and the people you don't know. And really that depends on what's your lead generation strategy. Are you somebody who works by referral? Or are you somebody who does a lot of cold lead generation? Are you somebody who is working with expires and FSBOs and sending them out? Marketing packets, what does your marketing look like? That again is going to be dependent on business to business. I can't say, well, in marketing, the admin should do this every day. That's not the case because it depends on the business. Finances, making sure that the finances are in order and keeping track of what's coming in, what's going on, etc. Technology, what's your CRM? What are you using for all of the different areas that you could with technology? Are you doing video? Are you using BombBomb? Are you using what CRM are you using? All of the things when it comes to technology, it's really the admin's responsibility, the operations professionals, responsibility to figure out what technology is best and then make sure you're using it correctly. Air traffic control, that's the one that I like to add in for, just kind of keeping the agent completely on task. You know, answering voicemails where you can, saying, "Hey, did you call Aunt Sally? It's your wife's anniversary. It's your anniversary with your wife. Did you buy her a present?" Some of that one's personal, and it's important that our busy agent really needs a handler. It's somebody who is taking the things that come in, figuring out can somebody else take care of it, and making sure that the agent is in their top 20% in handling the things that need to be handled. The last piece is systems building. And that one is it's really probably the most important, but the systems really have to do. The reason I didn't have that else on here before, because it's systems when it comes to technology, it's systems when it comes to finances, it's systems when it comes to contract close, to listings management, to marketing. What are your systems in each one of those areas? So in each one of these areas, it's important to build a system and know. So if you are with your marketing, you're marketing to your database, to your sphere. What is your 36 touch? How are you reaching out to those people? With your contract to close, what are all of the items that need to happen from soup to nuts, from the time you go under contract to the time that you close, so that everything is perfect? So really the systems building, it applies to everything. It's systems building in all of those areas. It's not just systems in one place, and it's not its own category. So when I sit down with agents who are hiring a new admin, or they're either bringing them on board and they're looking to build this job description, or they've brought them on board and they're just like, I don't know how to make this person productive. I ask, what is keeping them up at night the most? Is it that you're getting leads but you're not following up with them? That if somebody calls today and says, I have a referral for you, you'll call them, but if they don't pick up the phone this week, you probably aren't going to remember to call them again. Or if they say, I'm going out of town for a couple of weeks, call me at the end of May, are you going to actually do that? No, because so you're leaving money on the table because of leads. Is it that you're not reaching out to your people enough? Is it that things are falling through the cracks and you're not providing the highest level of customer service when it comes to contracts, when it comes to listings? Have you completely let marketing fall off the grid because you've got so much going on? Your finances, are they a hot mess express? Technology, are you using technology to create efficiencies in your business? Or is it that you just need somebody to kind of keep the list and keep your brain straight, person to be your brain? I will tell you that what I think for most people is that some of these can be outsourced. So, for example, your finances. You can hire a bookkeeper for a couple $100 who are going to follow the Millionaire Real Estate Agent chart of accounts and really keep your books at a level that is needed for a lot of solo agents. And then your operations person can kind of be the one that oversees that. Great offices have transaction coordinators who can help you on a case-by-case basis. I know at our office we also have people who write offers, people who do showings, things that you can get leverage for here and there rather than hiring a person. And for most people, I think the biggest challenges on average are usually leads and pipeline management and database management, with a little bit of marketing sprinkled in there. That it is keeping track, it's getting more people in as for more business, and then keeping track of those people. And that but really all of these things eventually should be taken over operationally in an agent's business. Sometimes that has to grow to a larger size in order to have a couple of people doing those things. And there can also be great resources for a la carte leverage, like I said, transaction managers in an office, etc., as you're building that out. So I hope this was helpful in helping you figure out kind of what, if you're hiring an admin, what is that admin supposed to do, and how can you get them to kind of bite off those pieces of the operational department quickly. I personally would just rank these and have them take on one at a time. The question is, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer is one bite at a time. Just take it one bite at a time, one area at a time, and get yourself organized.